Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris news. The 30th anniversary celebrations have officially begun at Disneyland Paris.
Illumination's pre-show Disney Delights has debuted as part of the nighttime spectacular.
From today, Mickey-shaped ice cream bars and turkey legs will be available at select locations.
Minnie Mouse debuts her Stella McCartney pantsuit.
The newest parade, Dream and Shine Brighter, has made its first trip down Main Street, featuring many new and unique characters.
Characters can hug again as social distancing rules are relaxed.
Masks are no longer required anywhere in the resort.
It has been announced that Mickey and the Magician will return to Walt Disney Studios from April the 23rd this year.
That was the news.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney fans, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show on this beautiful Sunday evening. I'm excited about spring. It's nice to see the blue skies coming back out over the UK. I don't know what it's like where you are, but we're experiencing
Purple here with
a
fireworks.
little release. Oh yes, so it is. I just want to get out ahead of a couple of things to start with. It does feel a bit weird making an upbeat for... Is my microphone not working, Christopher?
Loud.
Oh, that might be because I'm leaning in.
Thanks, David.
Okay. It does feel a bit weird making these kind of upbeat, fun, self-entitled, first world problem kind of Disney things when there's genuine humanitarian issues going on in parts of Europe. And we're very aware that we have people from all over the world listening. Some people have connections there. And we also, just as... as unwilling viewers of these kind of disasters, we feel it as well. Now, Mark just said in the chat, do you think we as DLP/Disney fans could do something? We had actually discussed it in the pre-show before the show, that I did some raising money during Christmas for Give Kids the World, and that we could do something similar. Now, I haven't set anything up just yet, but I'm going to make it my first priority tomorrow morning to get on one of the giving pages. I know there's many that can be set up here, and we're going to put the link in the what do we call it? The rerun.
We're just in the description for
the non-live version of this, because as soon as this stops being live, it starts being a regular YouTube video. So if you're listening on the podcast, go onto the YouTube page.
I'll put it in the description for the podcast as well.
Yeah, that's what we say. And if you're watching live, come back tomorrow and go into the description, and we will put a link there, and we'll keep doing that in the future as well. We also have some more vloggy type videos on the way, and we'll make sure we're pushing that there as well. I just feel in the current situation, it's just the right thing to do before we all start, slagging off Minnie's new outfit and stuff like that when there's real issues going there. So hope you'll all support me in that. And with that, I'm going to say to Hugh, who have we got in the chat who just listened to me make that rather dull speech?
Who are they? Well, Costume Ken was first. He was here like 3 minutes past 8.
Chomping at the bit.
So well done there. I say he, she. They were here at... I'll just start saying they. So we got loads of people in the chat. I've just noticed... who was it who said... Oh, this is good, isn't it? It's going well.
You used to be good at this, Hugh.
I know.
Was it Sarah Metcalf saying, I'm resisting the urge to watch anything DLP 30th related so I don't spoil the magic for me when we go. Anybody else resisting the urge? ? XX.
It was something about restaurants.
It wasn't that bit then.
Oh,
Bolt's opening.
Sam, you might want to not listen to this episode because we are going to be discussing the 30th at length. Having said that, none of us have been there yet, so...
Yeah, it's Claire. She said Waltz opens on the 12th of April and Toad Hall on the 6th.
Yes, as
Penny,
part of the 30th.
Penny, thanks for reminding me because I forgot last week, but I thought, oh well, I'll do it this week. I'm gonna go grab it in a minute. She sent us something.
Oh yes.
Speaking of
I'll grab
remembering,
them now.
speaking of remembering things, Hugh, have you sorted out Christopher Walken singing Life Day yet?
I've had a look.
Excellent. That's one to look forward to.
Yeah.
Can I just I'm going to get ahead of some things. There was a lot of news this week. That's the second thing I've said I'm getting ahead of.
Hugh's about to trash the joint, so if things start looking funny, I'm sorry.
There was a lot of news this week, and sometimes we have to edit. Now, there was a couple of things that I didn't include. One is there's been big announcements and concept arts and time frames given for the redo of the Disney Village. And that's quite big news that we could discuss at length what we want to see there, what we're excited about, what we think of the concept art, everything. And it was such a big topic. I didn't want to do it today along with the 30th. So that will be a piece of news next week that we will be discussing. So before anyone goes, you haven't mentioned the village. Well, I know it's coming. And then to be fair, so was Waltz and Toad Hall, because we did mention we knew it was coming back a couple of weeks ago.
We even talked about it before the show started today.
Yeah, we did. And it doesn't open until April, so I thought, oh, well, I'll leave that this week, so we've lots to talk about. But thank you, Claire, for bringing it up, because people who are planning will need to know that. But there's Disney Village updates. Yes, Claire. Tune back in next week. This is a real teaser, isn't it? So I'm going to say hello to some people because, yeah, there's a lot to get through. There's been hello Claire and Sam and Costume Ken and Mark and
Are you
Penny.
do everybody?
I'm going to try. And Diogo and David and I can't scroll. Can someone scroll
Mark
for me?
Riley, Ovid Medline.
Magical by Sarah. Josh. Alex. Cecilia.
Did you say Mike?
No, I don't think I did.
Mike.
Mike. Kiki from Toronto. Hello, Kiki.
Yes, we've
Lovely to
forgotten
see you
Mike
from
before.
Toronto.
Bob.
Did you say Josh?
Yes,
Yes,
she
you
did
said
say Josh.
Josh.
Good.
I think we've done everybody.
think we've done
Goodness
everyone.
me.
If we haven't...
Fando 13.
Oh,
And
hello.
And Lauren Lechmere.
32 days, Fando 13. Oof. Oh, you lucky people. You are... Hang on, does that mean... Are you going to be there for the actual anniversary, Fando 13? So you'll be there kind of like the 7th of April, will you?
Can I show these?
We'll see.
Yeah, Hugh,
What's
what you got? What you
Chris
got?
is poised on
No,
there.
it's all right. It's okay. I am
buttons
poised,
there.
but it's okay. Go.
Yeah, Penny. So I could have messaged you last week, but I was going to talk about it on the show, and then at the last minute I forgot, and then I thought, well, I'll do it next week. So, but I'm glad you're here, Penny. So Penny kindly sent us some Disney skirts that she no longer needs for Bonnie. We have an Ariel one, and she tried them on actually. She's still a bit small, but she's not far off, so it won't be long before she can wear this lovely
Nice.
Ariel
really
mint green skirt, and there's a Peter Pan one here. This was Bonnie's favourite.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
Yes, it's my favourite.
It's
I
got a
think
bit
that
of
one.
it's got a bit of the map on there and some
We love a map.
characters. Yeah.
I'm reckoning I could wear them as boob tubes. Don't you think?
I think I could squeeze into this.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. We got an Elsa one,
Yeah.
and then finally we have a poster collage.
Oh no,
one.
that's my favourite. I like that a lot.
Vintage posters.
Yeah.
So they're excellent, Penny. So thank you so much. And I'm sorry we didn't get around to it last week, but it's me, an idiot.
There's some revelations in the chat because Magical by Sarah and Cecilia have both got 7 days to go, so they're going to be there at the same time. This is why we need to get 37 Disney Street badges made up so people can wear them in the park and wave to each other when you see it.
I've got friends going a week on Monday as well. So and I've had the other friends who were there last week as well. So just everybody's going out there except
I
us.
think Yvonne's here, and I think she's just got back, and it was looking amazing, was it? Annual passes though. Purchase this visit. Good. We still need to use this lot that we've got.
Kiva,
Anyway.
who's usually in the chat, she was there for her birthday on Thursday, wasn't she?
Oh,
So maybe she's still there.
right.
Before we jump into the news, I know it's taken a long time for us to get going today, but rather than asking you what you're drinking today, can I tell you what's in your tiki cup?
Yes.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. Hold together. In your tiki cup, in your tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, now drink it up from your tiki cup.
I picked up this bottle of blue stuff.
He mentioned
Hugh.
it last week, didn't
Yeah, it's called What the Fanta. I don't know if anyone's had it, but it doesn't tell you what flavour it is. It's a mystery flavour. And I thought you'd enjoy something
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a mystery.
Oh no.
Now I'm wondering.
He's going to be yabbering like a monkey in about 5
sugar-free.
minutes. With the
It's 0, isn't it?
Oh, it's the E numbers though.
Get a smell of it. Oh, hang on.
Ooh, hang on.
It's like Bertie Bott's heavy flavoured beans, isn't it? What's it going to be?
Now, I don't think my taste is 100% back from having COVID last early October.
I still can't
And
smell poo.
actually, early this year, chocolate started to taste disgusting.
Oh.
Not disgusting so that I don't eat it, but it tastes a bit mouldy and really nutty.
Hmm.
It still tastes like chocolate, but on top of that, there's this awful thing. So I'm not sure my taste buds are quite up to scratch. Interesting. Right, I'm going to pour that and I'm going to think about it. So, yeah. Should we
Okay.
crack on?
Yeah, come back to it. Right, I'm going to do the news in reverse order. First of all, Mickey and the Magician is coming back to the studios on April the 23rd. It is what it is, first of all. That's just kind of when you get those dates released. I know I've said I'm not mentioning others, but that's kind of a new one. I just want to say, if anyone is there from the 23rd of April onwards, go and see Mickey and the Magician. Now, I don't say that about every single show, but that one, to me, is so quintessentially Disney. It's Disney jukebox, basically. It's just all your favourites from the Renaissance era and Frozen and things. But it is such a quintessential Disney show, and it's so magically done, and the stagecraft is brilliant, simple but fantastic, that I just think you should all go see it, basically. And I think that a lot of people, Chris, don't go see the shows when they're in the theme parks, do
I've
they?
not been to see any of the shows. The only things I've seen are things on the on your favourite stage, the castle stage. Apart from
Yes,
that, I've not really seen
well,
anything.
that's not my favourite stage.
No.
I think that's what Chris is saying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just highly recommend you go see it, basically. My favourite, I second the Mickey and the Magician, says Sam Metcalf. I agree, it's fantastic. So that was a brief one. Now then, we were saying, why is there so much news this week? And the thing is, we knew there would be because it's the 30th launch weekend. Woohoo, big that up. But just by coincidence, we've removed a lot of social distancing and COVID rules, which is
Don't exist anymore, apparently.
Well,
it's
no.
like over here. It doesn't exist in the UK anymore. And now it looks like it doesn't exist in France either.
Well, that's not entirely true because they still require a vaccine pass for anyone over the age of 16 and a health pass for anyone aged 12 to 15. So that is, I mean, that's a big thing, really.
They reckon they're going soon, though, don't they?
That quite possibly, but
Yeah.
to say that they still require those, and there's countries, I mean, Florida's made it illegal to require anything like that, and for them to be requiring that is quite a big thing. So that's still going on. Now, weirdly, the Lego store, in the official press announcement, it says they are still highly recommended for crowded experiences such as the parade and nighttime spectaculars. Now, this is a strange thing, because have you ever tried strongly recommending something to several hundred people? It tends not to happen, does it?
No.
And I personally am like, well, yes, that they probably should still be wearing them in places like that. But clearly the risk assessments they've done are that it's so unnecessary just walking down Main Street, having a photo taken, queuing for a ride, that the general risk assessment is don't. I personally would still do it in a crowded firework area. If anyone else is there, you do you, but it might be worth thinking about personally. But I don't predict there will be a lot of people doing that. I just knowing human beings.
I at least like to think I can now wear my neck gaiter and not be told I'm not allowed to.
That's true. Yeah.
But, they're not very effective, but they're better than nothing. So,
you like them as well, don't you?
I do like them. Just on
it
and
seems
off in
to
a
be
shop.
yeah.
It's my thing. So, yeah, and because before they were banned in the parks, it was over-the-ear jobs or, like nothing like a neck gaiter, which could theoretically slip off. I guess they don't. But, yeah. Well, here's a question quickly.
Yeah.
From Magical by Sarah. Do you guys at 37 Disney Street have a trip booked?
I do.
Because because we're very conscious that we haven't been in a while. So, we want to, as soon as we can, we're going to go.
Chris is.
I've got the 8th of August. I'm going the week of the 8th of August.
Yeah.
And Lucy keeps hinting that they're going to book the same week. So.
Well, if we're not stalking you or anything, Chris, but in all seriousness, it seems like quite a prime week for us
There you go,
to perhaps go. But the thing is, we are permanently on the cusp of booking a trip, to be honest with you. And we were going to do the 25th of March for the annual pass thing, and then several things came up and we couldn't. I'm currently in a show this week. We do amateur dramatics for those who aren't sure what we're on about. So I'm in a show this week, and then as soon as I finish the show, Hugh is rehearsing for a different show in the same theatre.
The next day.
We break on
You've
the
already
Saturday.
started.
For Amy.
They're stripping the set on the Sunday morning,
You know
and
what
Hugh
that
will
is.
be on there rehearsing on the Sunday night, basically. So that makes it a bit tricky. I'm still keep pricing up last minute Easter things, and we're not counting it out. But we do have annual passes.
But we are going to we're going to Disney World soon.
We do want to go. And the other thing is, we've got a 2-week holiday booked in Disney World, which
Which is,
kind
you
of
know,
slices right into the middle of everything.
You know, there's some
So-
crossover, but it's not Disneyland
Yeah.
Paris, is it?
No, but we're going to get onto the 30th stuff, but it's taken me from, oh yeah, it would be nice to go and see the 30th to, I want to go to Disneyland.
Oh, especially this week.
Yeah,
It's
it just looks
it's been just
amazing.
crazy. Every single day there's been something else.
Oh, we will get to that. I just want to, before I go on about the masks, the Lego store appears to be the exception.
Right.
We're not sure why. Obviously, they are a franchise. They're an independent franchise. But as of this weekend, they still had greeters at the door asking people to put masks on, which they are fine to do because they are an independent retailer.
Maybe something about the bricks holds breath in each brick. It traps the virus in.
I'd read that they'd brought back the little PlayStations that they had. You know,
That's
recently.
contact though, isn't it? Not breathing. And actually, the Lego store there is pretty spread out, isn't it? There's a lot of open space in it.
The weird thing is, you can go through to Disney Fashion on one side and the toy shop on the other side. So I wonder how they're policing those entrances and exits. Anyway, that might not last either because I think it's French law. I think it's quite likely that will go away.
Close that entrance off.
But at
they could do.
least
Go
this
outside.
weekend, at the very least this weekend, they were still asking for masks. So, don't know about that.
Who can say?
But the good news is, with all this COVID stuff fluttering out the window, we can now hug characters again. And
All characters are just like any characters, princesses.
Do you particularly want to hug the princesses?
Now that-
No, I'm just.
No,
understand what I'm
face
saying?
face characters are different. Now,
I was trying to
funnily
because
enough,
they're all real, aren't they? I was trying to think of the right word for it.
I
didn't wanna say
hadn't-
masked characters because that's
Yes.
not right.
Yeah.
fur characters is what
Fur,
they call them.
go on,
They call them
furries. Can you?
fur
You can
characters.
hug furries.
Fur characters and face characters are what they're defined as. I don't believe you can with face characters. I don't believe they're meeting.
Right.
But they haven't done meets, particularly even social distance meets, have they?
The
They've
Princess
always
Pavilion?
been. No, they've not been doing it. I don't think.
Oh no, I'm well, okay, right, okay, so they've not been doing that. Fine, fair enough.
They've been doing the top of balconies
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things. They haven't even been doing the behind barrier things, I don't think. Someone can correct me on that. But the pictures we've seen are of like Winnie the Pooh and so on and so forth, who are getting great big cuddles. I liked it that Mark Chester said, I want to hug a great big hairy cuddly thing. And Bob Sangwell said, are you talking about Chris?
Oh,
I can confirm. He is big and hairy and very nice to cuddle.
Not as big as I used to be. Excuse
No.
me.
no,
Not as
yeah,
big.
and I said this before, but whenever I do a new background, the placeholders I use, photographs of us, Chris is a lot, well, it's not a lot, but he's bigger, and I'm thinner as well, which is annoying.
So it's like this.
So yeah, Chris has got smaller, I've got rounder. Yvonne is saying she confirms that they did block off the entrance to the
There we are.
what's it called, Disney
Did
Fashion.
they? Yeah, Disney Fashion, and then
Yeah.
there's a toy shop on the other side. I can never remember what it's called.
But they blocked it
The
off.
toy shop.
They blocked it off with the famous yellow cone. Yes. From Fuerto
Del Oro.
del Oro, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, my days, my wonders. Right. But, I mean, that doesn't seem that big news, but that is huge that you can hug characters again. That's really, really, really big news. And I'm hoping that will go back worldwide. And although I do appreciate there's risks for all involved, and you don't have to hug them if you're not comfortable touching or hugging something that someone else has touched and hugged. You don't have to. But it's just nice for the kids and for the atmosphere as well. It just feels more personal and real when those barriers aren't there between you and the characters.
I pretended to sneeze in front of Donald's last year. 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, and he backed off slowly.
Well, you did the Donald sneeze, do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I went
Like that, and it did a gesture. But that was the time that we went. We went the day it reopened. Oh no, did we go on an annual pass day? I think we went the day before it reopened in July.
Did we?
Or did we go?
No, I think it was just a random trip.
But yeah, we went last July when it first opened, or the July before last, in fact.
2020.
So it'll have been like...
It was opening weekend, wasn't it? It was reopening weekend you went.
Yeah, because we actually got quite a few views on videos where I wouldn't normally on my personal channel because we were some of the first there. Not like loads of, it was a few hundred.
So I think
27.
Donald was probably very aware. It was probably new to him as well to be meeting in that situation. Right, I'm moving on. I hope you guys are watching the chat because it's very hard to talk and do.
Well,
There's a lot going on.
If we don't, we can't. The chat's become so busy now, which is great, but we can't address everything. But
It's like talk amongst yourselves.
well, it's not just for us, is it? People can enjoy it and they can watch back later and enjoy the chat at the same time.
I have noticed there's a birthday on there, which makes me think that Pauline probably ought to tell us who she'd like to hear give a birthday greeting so that you can get his vocal stylings going.
I need to make up for last week because it was abysmal. I did a bad Goofy, and I can do Goofy, but I couldn't last week. And who else was it? Oh,
So if you give us a character request, if you give us a character request, Pauline, then Hugh will wish you a happy
We'll sort you out in a
birthday in that voice. Right.
I'll try.
So the newest parade, Dream and Shine Brighter. Now
Muppets
I
and Star
say
Wars,
parade. I can't remember what they're calling it. It's a cavalcade, but it's a lot more than the cavalcades we've had during COVID. And it stops in the hub, and you have a hub. You have a hub show going on on
like
those
Halloween
stations.
thing, really.
Yeah, I can't remember whether they call it a parade or a cavalcade or a mini parade or.
I've been referring to it as a daytime parade. Even
Yeah.
though the parade's daytime.
And it goes several times a day as well, which of course the Disney Stars on Parades just goes once a day. So this is several times a day. But it's I showed the picture to Chris and he went of the float and he said it's very 90s.
I've watched it. I've watched the whole parade.
Yeah.
And all the dancing and stuff and everything. Yeah. The whole
All right,
thing.
you tell us about
Well,
it then.
the whole thing feels very 90s. There's some interesting characters in there. I don't want to spoil too much because Sam Metcalf doesn't want to know.
It's that pop music that we sat and listened to a couple of weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah, but obviously, as with any of these things, they then intertwine lots of popular Disney songs. But there's stuff in there that maybe you wouldn't normally hear, and there's characters there that aren't your stock characters as well. So there's some interesting stuff going on. But basically, they get into the middle, and they dance about in 3 different groups in the middle, whilst the parade. What do you call them? Floats. Thank you. Word went from my head. Whilst the floats go round the hub, so the characters come out to do a bit of dancing, then they go back onto the floats, and the floats keep moving, and different characters come out and do a little bit as well. It's pretty cool. It's not bad at all.
I love that it's character heavy because I feel Disneyland Paris really understand their fans in certain ways and not in others. But with the characters, I think the temptation to go really structural with the floats and to go all into the production and forget what we want to see, whereas they're going no we're going to put the characters front and center. And it's very exciting in that respect. It's just good. It's very colourful. I know we've had comments about people not liking the modern nature of a lot of the 30th stuff. Well, you're not going to like this then.
It's not modern though. Like I say, it's 90s. If you look at the other cast members that are dancing, they're all. It almost looks like they're wearing shell suits and things like that.
Do you think it's deliberate for 1992?
I kind of think it must be the first, because I've watched it a couple of times now. I watched some clips on Twitter, and then I found a Pixie Dust video with the whole thing on it, and I watched it, and then I said, "Hey Laura, come and have a look at this," and she watched it, and she said, "Hey kids, come and have a look at this." So I've watched it 3 times. Thorough. I'm thorough. Nothing if not thorough. And Yeah, it must be. It must be a deliberate thing because there's just the look and feel in general of all those cast members is very. It's like a bit of street dance vibe going on, which
commercial.
I think you'd like. Kind of. But yeah, the floats are weird. They're weird. They're like. I went to Doncaster Dome. I went to Doncaster Dome yesterday. And Doncaster Dome,
God,
when I
you
was
know
a
how
kid,
to live,
I know.
Chris.
When Doncaster Dome, when I was a kid in the 90s, it was brand new. And it's got this very definite kind of structure to it where they were trying to be modern and creative.
I thought you meant
and
like
new.
a dome.
No, it isn't a dome, though. It's more like a pyramid, isn't
Different
it?
structure to it.
I've never been.
All right, so Doncaster Dome's got a pyramid, which is one of the, like a pyramid type thing in the middle of it. And it's very much sort of glass type structure. But it's just got this kind of idea that it wants to be very modern, but it's like the 90s trying to be modern. That's what these floats are like to me. And they don't look like anything. That they don't seem to be representing anything, although I'm sure that they probably are, and someone can tell me what that is. But I look at them and think they're a bit abstract.
They are abstract. They're very bright and colourful.
One of them looks like a shoe.
I think as well they're sticking with the iridescent theme, but sometimes they have to try and do iridescent with non-iridescent materials, and what they've done is kind of a rainbow effect through perspex with this one, which I really like. I really like it, but it is very blah
the
blah.
staircases, they kind of look like the structures, the stairs when you get on an aeroplane. It's kind of like that because the practicality of it is they want to be high up so they can wave to everybody, and they need to be able to get off easily. So having a staircase that comes down the back, and some of them have a sweeping staircase, some of them have 2 levels, but quite a few of them look like just like one of those staircases with the coloured glass on them. But they're effective. They're good.
Yay!
There you go. Thumbs up from me.
Right.
We've got Miguel on there. Sorry, one more thing, and then you can move on. We've got Miguel on there, and he's caused a bit of eyebrow raising because they've done that human character with plastic face
It's brilliant.
thing. I think it's good.
It's brilliant because the person, the cast member doing that is a full-grown adult, and because of the size of the head, it looks like a child.
Yes, exactly.
It's brilliant.
They can't cast
honestly,
an
it's great.
8-year-old
It's
boy
really
to do
good.
it. So that's it. But do you know what? They're very slow getting Encanto characters out. I think that the success of this film has taken the Disney company by surprise because they've basically got another Frozen on the hands, pretty much. And I just don't think, just don't think they were prepared for it. Anyway, Hugh,
we're going to wish Pauline a happy birthday in the style of her choosing. She likes Stitch.
good choice.
Hi, this is Pauline. She's little and older, but young, still young. Happy birthday!
birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy
Now tell me that wasn't the best birthday present you've had this year, Pauline. Go on, impress me with anything that
I
could have
did
been
that
better
to
than that.
Stitch live, and he said it sounded nothing like him.
Yes.
Ollie is obsessed with Stitch at the moment. I know I brought the Build-A-Bear thing in the other day. Laura's since been to Asda and pretty much bought everything Stitch related. So he now has Stitch bed covers, a glass that he drinks out of constantly, bowls and things. It's becoming a bit of an obsession. So he's very, very excited at the idea of meeting Stitch when we go in August.
Oh, have you ever done the Stitch Live thing?
No.
I like it.
Love it.
I
I love Stitch Live.
It's one of those that people go, oh, it's a one and done. I don't think so. Because it's different
Yeah.
every time.
Is that still there?
It's slightly different.
And Bonnie's never been
yeah.
picked to talk, and I'm going to keep taking her till
it
they
still
pick
there?
her.
It was there last
I
time,
think
wasn't
so, yeah.
Good. Well, if it's still there, then I shall
It
take
was
him
there
in
in
August. We'll make
August.
sure we take him because he'll love that.
We loved it. Right, where are we going with this? Okay, Minnie Mouse has debuted her Stella McCartney pantsuit.
Yay!
The much maligned Stella McCartney pantsuit. She looks awesome. She looks ace. She looks stylish. She looks like a modern woman because we all wear trousers. And yeah.
Do you know what I think? I think the people of Twitter can do one, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sick to death of seeing all the negative comments about it. Not least because it's literally going to be, it's for one day, and she's going to be there in that pantsuit for 1 week, and it's for International Women's Day. It was designed by a woman for a female character. I don't understand what people's problems are.
People think it's the new a Minnie Mouse outfit for all time everywhere you see
Yeah,
it.
they're getting
Every
rid of the
cartoon,
dress.
like they just
Yeah.
they don't understand, and they're just angry at nothing. They're angry at nothing.
It's mainly people who aren't Disney fans, I think, as
Yeah.
well. Who don't really understand the system. I'm going to slightly correct you, Chris, because she's going to be meeting in the Walt Disney Studio
Till the end
Theatre.
of the month, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah,
end of the month.
but from the 6th to the 31st of
Yeah.
March. She's in the spot where the Marvel characters used to be. Now, when we went, there was 4 characters meeting there, and the kind of conveyor belted you across, and it was a long wait. I don't know how, excuse me, popular this meet is going to be, but if they've only got one character, which means they can't have multiple families going across at the same time, this could end up being a very long wait. However, she was only there in the afternoon, but she was there from 1:05 till closing, I do believe, till 7:30. Well, closing's at 8, but they shut the line off at a certain point. So that gives you a long time opportunity to go and meet, which is fantastic. She looks really good. And if you're there this month, this is going to be a really unique photo opportunity. It's, if you're someone who collects characters the way people collect pins, it's going to be a memento that you won't be able to get next year or in a different Disney park. So worth your time, perhaps.
Minnie avec pantalon.
Lucas has asked to get an autograph book when we go this time. He wants to do character autographs. I think it's because of the Minecraft thing that we did over Christmas
yeah.
when the Walt Disney World thing was on.
Well, you're lucky they'll be signing again then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because as
Yeah,
of
it's good,
last
isn't it?
week, they wouldn't have been. Cool. Right, we're getting into the stuff now. We're getting into the important things, because Mickey-shaped ice cream bars have arrived at Disneyland Paris. Now, I can't say Mickey Premium bars because I believe that is some very specific branded something or other. They're called Mickey Premium bars in the States, but to us, they are Mickey-shaped ice cream
It's
bars.
a choc ice.
Basically.
Because if you don't know what choc ice is, there's no stick in it. It's just a square of ice, a rectangle of ice cream with some cheap chocolate coated on it. And they're not great, are they? But
Everybody loves them though.
I wouldn't turn it down. Don't get me wrong. So it's kind of like a version of a choc ice. It makes you think, why has this been so long? It's such an icon in the States, and for something that's ice cream and a bit of chocolate on it, what's taking so long?
Thing is, we can we moan about the snacks, and then we appreciate the snacks, and we've all got favourite snacks in Disneyland Paris. When we were in Florida, where they do the most amazing, varied, crazy snacks, we had at least 2 Mickey Premium bars each while we were there, didn't we, during the fortnight? Because it's so easy. It's like, I want something cold that I know I'll like, and it's cheap, and you know what I mean? It's just... So they're just going to fly off the shelves as far as I can see.
Or fly out of the carts.
Now, I know for a fact that they're available at the Hyperion, but from what I can gather, they're going to be plentiful throughout the park, the way that Magnums and Calypsos are. They're just going to be
anywhere there's a Magnum, there should be one of these.
There should be one of these. Now,
If there isn't, then it's not good enough, really, is it?
Something
No, it isn't.
else that has been transported over from the US parks, and I'm not sure how we feel about this one, will only be available at the Last Chance Cafe, and that is the turkey leg.
So Last Chance Cafe. So you can because you see people walking around with them at Disney World, don't you? So this is something that you could get from there, isn't it? Because it's a quick service, and walk
quick
around
service,
with it.
yeah.
But the thing about them is they look disgusting, don't they? Now I can't see
They're like Captain Caveman's Club.
I wouldn't have one at Disney World because there's so much choice there. Wouldn't occur to me, but I might consider it. And actually, because it's kind of novel, I would have it in DLP. But I'm not sure what's not to like. If you like turkey,
Well,
I like
The
the
blandest of all the meats.
No, apparently,
Bland.
I don't know what it'll be like in France, because European palates are a bit different, but apparently the US one is like...
Standards for meat are higher as well.
It's really, really salty and
salty.
and might be a bit smoky. But the weird thing is about the turkey legs is people hate them. Like, people get... It's, something that people love to hate but will never go away. I can't think of an example, but it's... The turkey legs in Florida are famous.
Have you seen the episode of Peep Show where Jez eats the dog? It makes me think of that. They barbecue a dog, and this woman challenges him about what it is, so he has to eat it to prove it's. I think he says it's turkey.
And they're
It
huge.
just makes me think of that.
Well, I, for one, am incredibly excited by the turkey leg. I would never buy one. I don't like turkey particularly. I hate them. But I like what it stands for because to me, this means we might get a massive chocolate bar.
Yes,
might get the
we
giant
might do.
Pim's chocolate bar.
Magical by Sarah says they're minging. That seems to be the general consensus. It's like they've become famous for not being nice,
I
which is
often
weird.
like things that people don't
Like the Beverly.
People dislike. I like the Beverly. In fact, I love the Beverly. And this is the apparently awful Coke flavour
Yeah, if you don't
in
know,
Epcot. It tastes like Diablo Mont, which is a French drink.
if you don't know what their Beverly is, in Epcot they've got the Cool Stop, which is like it's sponsored by Coke, and so they've got these little self-service
But I like
taster things
yeah.
of different Coca-Cola drinks from all over the world. So they've got an Italian one and a Greek version of something and all these weird drinks and passion fruit flavors and things like that. But then they've got the Beverly, which is an Italian soft drink, and it's just famous for being gross. So everyone queues up to taste the Beverly
It's fine.
so they can go, "Oh, that's disgusting." And it's a thing.
Ew, it tastes like mouthwash. Get over yourself.
And Hugh loves it.
But I'm the same with that. I love licorice. I like
me too,
aniseed.
me
I
too.
like
Marmite.
Turkish delight. You know,
Marmite?
yeah, I like Marmite. Actually, controversially, I'm kind of like, I'm
all right.
you either love it or you hate it. I'm like, well, I'm kind of indifferent towards it.
Yeah.
I fly in the
Always
face.
have to be
I
different.
know.
don't
Fly in
you?
the, and coconut. The Bounty is my favourite of not only the box of celebrations, but of all the Quality Street, your Roses, your Heroes.
Coconut eclair from Quality Street is one of my favourite, like, small wrapped sweets.
But when people go, oh, it's always the Bounties that are left, I take the Bounties first, my friend.
Do you know what you will like
The good thing
though?
about Bounty is you're still eating it about an hour later.
Do you know,
Big
I
19.
really like Marmite, but I like my Marmite like I like my drinks. I like a
Weak.
thin pasting of it, like just a little bit to give it a flavour, sense of it.
You will like is they have released in Disneyland Paris a pineapple float. Now, this is not a Dole Whip. The reason this isn't a Dole Whip is Dole is a brand name and we don't have the franchise.
on.
But it is basically a Dole
No, but
Whip.
is it a pineapple whip? Because you say a float. We've had a pineapple whip float before, which is vanilla ice cream with pineapple syrup.
This is pineapple
but this
soft
is pineapple
serve.
soft serve. So, so you say a float, but it's not just vanilla soft serve. It's pineapple.
It's
Look,
pineapple soft serve. It is basically they are now serving Dole Whip in DLP,
But it's
but
called
they're not
something
allowed
else.
to call it Dole Whip.
Yeah.
But I'm told that it is though. Oh, I'm saying that I'm told. I
Right.
was reading earlier that they later basically corrected and said no, it is Dole.
Oh,
Because you can get it
Yeah,
at.
but this is DLP report who've reported
You-
this, and they've been asked them because there were lots of questions on Twitter about is it vegan, is it blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and all. You know,
Is it Dole?
Yeah, and
Who cares? It's pineapple. Why does it have to be Dole?
They started off
Like-
saying no, it's not Dole. It
But you
just
know
tastes
what?
incredibly like it, and then later on they said no. Apparently, we've spoken to the supplier and it is Dole.
Okay, but even if it wasn't, you just call
Oh.
it Dole Whip anyway. Okay, it's just like
Yeah.
you don't taste the pineapple and go, it's very nice, but it's not Dole, though, is it?
You told me this worried you though, Hugh.
Right. Well, but I will add, you can get a branded Dole Whip at Yorkshire Wildlife Park, so why not? This makes me fearful for the. It's become beloved to me as the mango whip, as you all know. I talk about it every week. Because before they had the pineapple whip float, and I loved it, and I still prefer that to a Dole Whip. And then that went away, and it's replaced by the mango whip, and I was like, oh well, I guess I'll have that. And I was like, oh hello, you earthy, rich tones of your mango. And now the ice cream's like custardy. It's delicious. It's very sickly and it's massive. But I'm worried that it's going to replace the mango whip. I'm very worried about this because everyone's all about the Dole Whip. I feel like I'm the only person celebrating the mango whip in this world.
I'd
And,
take either personally. So
I just
good.
as long as it doesn't go. And but you know what? It will go because everything I love is taken from me. Like, for example, I contacted John West this week and asked them if their spicy rice and jalapeno tuna was discontinued, and they said it was. And I was like, well, that figures because it's my favourite lunch.
guys, I try so hard to keep these two on Disneyland Paris.
You must be grumpy.
sorry.
Do you know when you find a lunch that you like? It goes after about a month. You're like, oh, I love this. I can have it every day. They take it from you. They get you hooked and they take it away. And it'll be the same with the mango whip.
I do remember the excitement the day we were watching Disney Food Blog and they revealed that they now did watermelon Dole Whip in Disney Springs. You got very excited. I hope that's still there when we go.
Claire says Hugh just wants to be different tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Not just
Not
tonight.
just tonight.
Not just tonight, Claire. But people have said I'm contrary. I'm not contrary, which is very hard to argue because when people say you're contrary, your only answer is no, I'm not. But I'm not contrary. I've come to learn that I think differently. I do. I think I'm wired differently. I like different flavors. I appreciate things in a different way. I'm not a joiner, but sometimes can be. Yeah, I'm different, Claire, and I'm proud.
I can confirm that. He's very different, Claire.
He's not that different.
Yeah. Right, Illuminations, the pre-show for Disney Delights, has debuted as part of the Nighttime Spectacular. But not only that, they have unadvertised, surprised us with Disney Afterglow, which is a post-show show as well, both including drones.
Do you get chased by the drones? Is that what it is? They want to get you out as quick as possible, so they chase you. The drones chase you up
Zap
the street.
you with cattle prod.
Now, I'm just so excited about these drones. I'm so glad we've got something
But you don't hear that very often, do you?
unique.
So excited about these drones.
We've got something so unique, and I don't want to say innovative. I know that it's been all over, but for Disney parks, for the first Disney park to have this kind of technology, it is done so well. They just get the 30th logo around, but the way they change the colours, they slightly tilt and move it so it goes to Mickey and it comes in and out. The Afterglow it's almost like a disco. The projections are not telling a story or the theme. The music is the music from the parade. So it's just like it's flashing. Presumably as people leave, the Afterglow's going on, but the drones are back. The pre-show is a bit more kind of thought out and structured. But I have some facts here. It's using 200 Zephyr drones that weigh 650 grams each and can fly for up to 15 minutes. But they do not fly in rain or wind exceeding 25 miles an hour.
Has anyone else got that Madonna song in their head now? Zephyr in the sky at night, I wonder. No, just me. Okay.
Is that what she says? Zephyr?
I don't,
He's shrugging.
I don't know if that's what she says. That's what comes in my head. That's why when I hear it. Someone look up the lyrics and confirm or deny.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really exciting, wonderful thing for Disneyland Paris. I don't know what else I can say about it except that this gives us a reason to stay for the fireworks, because I'll be honest, it's been many, many trips since we made the effort to stay till 11 p.m. to watch the fireworks with a child and sharpen our elbows to get a space. It's not something we feel the need to do every time. This will get us back watching, and we will be very excited about it.
So is this on now?
Yes.
Because Costume Ken says can't wait to see them tomorrow.
Yes.
Ken, I'm so jealous. So jealous.
What if I'm saying it wrong and it's
Costumer Ken.
Customer Ken?
It might be. That's made me think then.
Or costume me, Ken.
And this brings me on to, now I know you should, the main meat of our discussion
The
today,
turkey leg.
45 minutes into the show,
The salty meat.
is the 30th anniversary celebrations, the decorations and all the rest of it that goes with it. But just as we finish talking about the Nighttime Spectacular and start talking about that, we've already talked about the parade. I know you shouldn't compare, but Walt Disney World, the epicenter of Disney parks, turned 50, which is possibly the most celebratory number in terms of like wedding anniversaries and all that kind of thing. This year hasn't had a patch on what Disney has done on Disneyland Paris has done in the last 2 days, in my opinion.
Well, they got everyone in and then did nothing,
Honestly,
didn't
and we've not even got to our anniversary yet, which is the 12th of April. As soon as you walk in, that spiraling thing, which we all kind of scoffed at and made jokes about,
it looks
flowers.
great, doesn't it? Because there's 5 of them in total.
Oh,
7
yeah.
of them.
But not only that, they're using the banners to
Yeah.
run LEDs through. So that's changing lights all the time. You've got those rotating. It's so kinetic. You can't miss it. It's not a decoration like the decorate for Halloween or decorate for Christmas. It's a real event as soon as you walk in. And if you've been to Disneyland Paris before, if you've been many times like us three have, next time we walk in, we'll know something's happening. We will feel like there's something different happening. And I just can't see that we haven't been to Disney World yet, but from the vlogs that we've seen, I can't see that we'll feel like that. Like this is totally different to our last trip. Whereas what we've seen from Disneyland Paris already will. Now so imagine you walking through under the train station and you've got these floral kind of logo medallion things that are rotating and moving. So you've got that energy. You've got the whole thing flashing and changing with colour with the LEDs going around. Do we have pictures of the gazebo, Chris? Because this is very unexpected. So there's 3 pictures because we saw these decorations going up, but they were unlit, and we just thought, oh, nice
Where are these photos
white drapery. This is the gazebo in the middle of Town Square.
Whose photos?
Oh, sorry, this is from inside DLP Castle. I am crediting them. Yeah, the Twitter account Inside DLP Castle, which have some great information there. Can you show us the next 2? So there.
So listeners, we're looking at the gazebo on Main Street, and it has these banners on, but they light up at different colours, don't
It all
they?
changes colour.
Well, it's drapes, I suppose, would be the best way of calling
Sorry,
it.
yeah.
And so when we saw this erected, it just like pretty white drapes and things on the top. But the you can't see this moving, but I've seen a video. There's twinkling like pixie dust style lights on the actual roof. Can you see those tiny things going around? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the flame at the top, I believe, rotates as well. Looks amazing with the 30th logo on. So as soon as you've come under that train station thing, that's the next thing you see. So this is big impact stuff. Now you can debate whether it's your aesthetic and what you think about it, but there is absolutely no doubt from the minute you walk in that something big is happening at Disneyland Paris, and the number 30 is everywhere. So I feel the designers have met the brief. You know, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's just fantastic. I'm speechless. Somebody else talk.
We should have worn, because Pauline was just saying it looks so beautiful. I'm loving the purple, pink, and blue. We should have worn those colours.
Oh.
We should, or something sparkly.
Cecilia's saying it looks so good. Ovid Medline says magical. People are loving it.
I know. It's amazing.
I was very sceptical about it all, I have to say, but seeing it all up and some of the pictures I've seen this week and the videos as well.
Well,
Yvonne's saying it's spectacular.
The Gardens of Wonder as well. Oh.
that's what we're talking about next. I was saying, so you think that's good? Let's get onto the Gardens of Wonder. Now, you walk down Main Street onto the hub, and as we know, there's loads of areas of foliage, and I'm not clear where every single one of these are, but there's a lot of them. Can we see some photos, Christopher? Oh, the drones. Those are the drones. And I believe I got this off DLP Report, which is another really good... your laptop just buzzed.
I thought you were going to read out the Dell notification that says your support has run out.
My support's run out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's another really good Twitter account. I mention it every week. It's one of the biggest. Just go on it. But we do like to credit them when we use the photos. So that's the drone show. Right, here we are with the Gardens of Wonder. Now, what is hard to see is that each one of these photos is of individual Gardens of Wonder, but they are specially landscaped areas with these sculptures in the middle. And all the sculptures rotate and move. So as you go onto the hub area, there will be movement everywhere. I think that's what we're taking away from these decorations right from the minute you enter the park, is it's so kinetic and fluid and there's so much movement. From my point of view, I haven't yet seen a walkthrough. So I've seen individual photos of individual sculptures, but what you want to see is what it works as.
DLP Report has quite a few videos of some of the different gardens. It's worth looking at those.
Or like mini ones.
Like
that,
short videos. So like there's one that's space, and there's Stitch and Eve, and then the aliens from Toy Story.
There's
three separate ones all next to each other, and they all move as they go.
Sisu going round a pole and things like that. But it's... so I don't know what it would be like just walking through and seeing all of them. It might be a bit cluttered. We can only see individual ones when you see in photos. Maybe Costume Ken can tell us what it looks like when he goes tomorrow. Come back next week and tell us what you think. Have we got more Gardens of Wonder?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we do.
Look at that. That's Dumbo. All these
Tigger
are
and
rotating.
Winnie the Pooh in the background.
Yeah, Tigger and Winnie the Pooh. Is there a third one? No, that's
can't see from
two
there.
overlapping, isn't it, I think?
So they look like they're down the bottom of Main Street outside the Liberty Arcade. Is that where that is?
Yeah, because outside Casey's Corner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Stitch does his meet and greet normally.
Yes. And there's bubbles there. I wonder if they just happen to be there because there's a kid blowing them, or if they're related to the sculpture. We don't know these answers yet. We don't know.
Is there more?
I think
can't
there
remember
is
how many you
more.
sent me.
Yeah. There you go. There's Baymax.
Baymax, yeah.
And remember, none of these are static.
Armour coming off.
All of these are mechanical. It's just. Oh,
They're
yeah.
great. They light up as well. So on an evening, there's loads of light with them as well, and they look fantastic when it's getting dark. They really do. If you want to see things, go and have a look on DLP Report's Twitter account and just look at some of the short videos on there from the last couple of days. There's some really, really good stuff on there, and I think maybe it could be a bit overwhelming because there's a lot of them. But,
That's the thing.
But from what I've seen of each of the individual ones, as long as there's a bit of space between them, it looks great. Really, really good.
I feel I'm feeling so I'm feeling like emotions of pride and pride for this to be our home park. I really am. I feel like they've absolutely knocked it out of the park with what we've seen so far, including the parade, the drone show, the decorations. I feel like we're putting Disney World to shame.
Pauline was saying, her friend Lizzie always says that Walt Disney World is better than DLP, and it's the first time there in July. She's very excited about it. But the thing is, DLP are kind of they're doing all right at the moment, aren't they? By the looks of things. I mean, it's comparing two different beasts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you have to kind of treat them as like what they are.
Well, I
like,
said in my
DLP's smaller and cuter and more beautiful, whereas Walt Disney World is just like an extravaganza.
Well, I said in my Vlogmas video when I compared the two, I get quite annoyed when people compare the two, but it's like comparing a Tesco Metro to a Tesco Superstore, basically. And the quality and the service and everything is exactly the same. It's just the quantity. It's mainly the quantity. And yes, in many ways that makes Disney World better. It does, because there's so much there. It can keep you busy for 2 weeks. But when it comes to quality... You see, I will always maintain any ride that the two have in common, the Disneyland Paris one is better. I might be a little bit biased, but that's my opinion.
Mark Chester's here. Was he here
He's
earlier?
been here a
He's been here a
while.
while.
Sorry,
He's
Mark.
been here since the beginning.
Sorry, Mark, I missed you. Mercedes has also turned up. Mercedes from Chat Disney. It's another podcast pals of ours, pod
Yeah.
pals. But also,
when's your hen do, Mercedes?
she's about to go to Disneyland Paris.
In a week, I think.
So close.
In
Yeah.
next week.
Well, she started packing and she said, like, is that too early?
Yeah.
Lucy would say no. I pack the night before, 2 days before I pack.
My friend who's going
It annoys
next
us.
Monday, she told me on Friday that she was already packed.
Yeah.
So I
Hugh
think it's fine.
will witness this.
I've only got a limited amount of pants.
I have got
20
a
minutes for me to pack.
a Disney suitcase in the garage, and today I went to get it out because I just bought a new hold all. I'll tell you what I bought. I bought one of those hold alls that zips up this big and then expands to that big.
Oh.
So that I can put it in my suitcase and then buy 57 Spirit jerseys.
For those of you listening and not
And come
watching,
back.
when she said this big, she meant very small, and when she said this big, she meant very big.
Like that.
I think that clears it up.
It does. So that I can take it in my suitcase and bring it back as hand luggage, basically. But I went out and I got that suitcase so I could put some of Bonnie's dresses, Disney dresses in, because we're going through a dress at wardrobe, and my hold all. So I did some packing today, believe it or not, and we've got 75 days to go to Disney World.
Wow.
I know.
Can I just say, with all this news going on, all these fantastic things that are happening, we forget that there's a whole new land being built in the studios at the moment, and the Spider-Man logo has gone on the Spider-Man ride as well
Yes.
this week. There's still all that going on, and
And
still
that's for
coming
the
this
30th.
year.
Well,
Yeah.
That's for the 30th.
Mark with a Q was saying it's almost as if the budget for the third land in Walt Disney Studios went on the 30th anniversary decorations.
Oh, don't say
I
that.
hope that's not true.
Don't say that.
Don't spoil it, Mark.
And Waltz is reopening, which is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they like you to think that Toad Hall reopening is a big thing, but it isn't.
It is for me. It's always been shut whenever I've
Well,
been,
that's
so.
true.
I've been tasting this What the Fanta all show. There's something kind of, again, earthy about it. It's not mango. I think it's... is it just one flavour? Is that the
They don't say.
At first I
I
was
have my
thinking-
thoughts on what it is.
At first I was thinking lychee.
Oh.
I'm thinking it's
Bold.
gooseberry flavoured. Now, I was tasting
Can I
lemon,
smell it?
but lemon is actually listed on the
Yeah, it is mostly
the-
lemonade,
in the
isn't it?
ingredients. I'm getting a gooseberry lychee type of vibe here.
Do you know what I think it is? Because I've had a bottle of it before. I think that my first thought was, well, I looked at the ingredients, which is what someone said on there. I looked at the ingredients, and I thought, well, it's obviously not a fresh fruit, whatever it is. It's something that they can fabricate, and therefore it's most likely to be banana or like pear drop flavour. So that's why I'm going for banana.
I'm not getting banana.
But I think it's a bit peachy as well. There you go.
I just want. Amanda has said, "How long will the 30th celebrations go on?" I'm not there until November. Now it will definitely go on a full 12 months, Amanda. So if you're there in November, you're fine. It'll be going on till April 2023 at least. However, if it goes on what other things have done, it'll probably go on 18 months. I know the 25th went on 18 months. Other previous one, the 20th went on over 2 years, I think. This is just how they do. Once it's up, they do keep it up a good
What
amount
do they
of
do
time.
for Christmas and Halloween and stuff? Because obviously the other seasons we normally have what they happen in.
Yeah, Christmas and Halloween they do. Well, when we
Pack
were
it
there
up
for
for a
the
couple of weeks.
we were there for the 25th, and they did Christmas in a different way. This is when
Right.
you had the blue trees and the silver trees. Do you remember? So it was within the colour scheme, all the
Right,
Christmas
okay.
trees. I'm not.
Iridescent Christmas.
Yeah, so they still do it, they just do it that way.
Iridescent Christmas.
But they do get rid of all the mini seasons, the Frozen Summer of Fun and the Pirates and Princesses season. They get rid of all those because they do this for 18 months. So if you go in the next 12 months, you'll definitely see it. Probably 18 months. There's no big rush.
We're running out of time, guys. Have we got
Ooh.
much
Yeah.
left?
Well, we've got a question that was on last week's video, I think. It's on one of our videos.
You'll have to answer it on the video as well, but in case they don't watch the show.
I'll type it into the video
Okay.
after the call.
From
just in case they
Charlotte
haven't watched
Small. If you buy an annual pass, can you use the privilege pass on the same day, and will they get the same early access time? Right. This is in theory yes, in practice no, and I'll tell you why. Because they no longer have an annual pass office in the park, or at least it seems to be permanently shut. So now you go to the one outside the studios, but it only opens 12 till 5. So you are not going to be able to get your annual pass till after 12 p.m. So as far as early access, early magic hours, no, because you'll have missed them. You can have them the following day. The annual pass kicks in the minute it's in your hand, but no, you can't have the early access hours. Now, it's kind of the same with the privilege ticket, in that you could probably buy a privilege ticket right there and then, but would it be a good way to spend your money if it's already past midday?
Oh, no.
There's a chance
You know what I mean.
you've arrived at the train station, or you're nearby, you're at a hotel, but you don't have a park day planned, and you could pop over, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Just to get, because you're not going through any.
Barriers, no.
You don't need any tickets at that point, do you?
No.
And then go back to your hotel ready for the next day.
Hmm.
That's maybe.
Yeah, you could.
If
Yeah,
it works out that way.
the following day you would get early magic hours, and you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
get a privilege pass.
Yeah. But sometimes you arrive and you don't intend to go to the park that day.
But she's asking, can you get the privilege pass on the same day, and will you get the same early access? Oh, will the privilege pass get the same early access? I don't think they do.
Oh.
I hadn't thought of that. No, I don't think people on a privilege ticket get the early morning magic hours. However, if you're staying in a hotel, you get it anyway. If you're staying in a Disney hotel, sorry, I should stipulate. So it doesn't matter if you're on an annual pass or a day ticket or a package or whatever. If you stay in a hotel, you get the early morning magic hours. But no, if you buy a privilege pass, I don't think they do.
It's good though, as an annual pass holder, you get a bit of peace and quiet away from your mates. Well you go and have your early magic hours. and
We
they can,
kind of made that
go to
mistake,
Starbucks.
you know when the when we went with Kat and Brookie, we were on annual passes, and you know when the security line splits, we thought we'd save time by us going down one
Yeah.
side and them going down the other rather than queue together. And we got through with our annual passes and looked back, and they were literally going to be held for another half hour. And we'd made it in, and we're like, oh, that's really mean.
Oh well.
It's like, do we enjoy our time, or do we stand here and wait for them? I needed a wee, so I carried on.
Mercedes just said she has a question. Is there anything that we want her to do for us three next week? Photos to take, something to buy.
Or stop bragging, Mercedes.
Characters to pick. Yeah.
I think that-
Pictures of you enjoying a snack. Have you had a mango whip yet? Get a mango whip and send me a picture of your face the minute you taste it.
If you can get them, they might have got rid of them for the pineapple
Yeah.
Dole Whip.
From Café de la Bruce.
we did think of
Adventureland.
something earlier on in the show, because costume costume Ken is going to get something for us, and I can't remember what we asked.
I can't remember either.
I can't remember.
Well, it was, just it was photographs of the Gardens of Wonder, wasn't it?
Yeah, we want to know what the Gardens of Wonder look like all together. So like a short video just kind of turning around in the hub so we can see them all going, because we can see individual ones. But I'm sure there'll be some videos up too.
It could be banana, but unripe banana.
Lee Cooper says privileged tickets do get early magic hours. We did in October. And were you not staying in a Disney hotel, Lee? Just to check, because we try not to give. Always check this information we give, because we're giving it out of our heads, and we are not employed by Disney. We haven't had special training. Disclaimer. And things change. Yeah.
Magical Sarah says she's got lots of content we could have, but tweet it at us. We'll
follow Magical by Sarah on Instagram. She does have a really lovely Instagram account you can follow.
Mailbox at 37disneystreet.co.uk if you want to send us any video or photos and things that we could use for the show. Yeah. Or if you've got questions like the one that we were asked in the video, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask that you'd like us to answer on the show, it's easy for us if we have them in advance. We do try and monitor the chat and do things in the chat as we go along.
But it's getting out of control.
It's getting harder every week. It's getting more and more people.
And also, quite a lot of you listen to the podcast and don't join us on the live chat. So if you have any questions at all, if you're about to go for a trip or you want to know more about DVC or whatever it might be, just fire us the questions.
It's like on Adam and Joe when they introduced Retro Text the Nation, which is where it was a section just for people who didn't listen live. They could ask questions and respond to things, and then a segment just for that. Yeah. We're not going to do that exactly, but
This Lee says they stayed off site and had Magic Plus annual passes. That's fantastic. So yes, the privilege ticket can use the early magic hours. That is wonderful to know. Thank you very, very much. Earlier in the show, we realised that certain members of our chat and members of our community were going to be there at the same time as each other, and I said, wouldn't it be great if we had 37 Disney Street badges that you could like just stick on your lapel, and maybe you could say hi to each other, you know, if you do spot each other. Maybe you've met in the chat and you've been commenting on Twitter, so you kind of know each other's names and things. That would be nice. So if you think that's something you would actually like and actually sort of buy, we'd make them as affordable as possible, wouldn't we? If we could get a bunch printed up,
£10 each.
Just let us know, and it might be something that we could arrange.
It's like perhaps a Blue Peter badge. Yeah. For all you non-British people who don't have a clue what that is.
Yeah. so just let us know, and it might be something that we can do. Yay. Do we have anything else to add, boys?
There is one thing. Christopher Walken performing the Life Day song from the Star Wars Holiday Special. I can't remember how that came about, but I have to do it now.
What do you want? Should we say goodbye and start leaving so that you don't have to do it for too long? Or do you think just
Is it possible to fade it out?
Oh yeah, well it will fade out, and music will start at the top of it as well. So
okay, you give me the nod. But yeah, are we ready? Yeah, so should we start wrapping up then?
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. We will be here again next week. We've got some people loving the badge idea. Don't forget to look in the description tomorrow, and I will have uploaded the Ukraine fundraising page. So make sure you get back to that. Okay, thank you very much, guys. And here is the live song by Christopher Walken.
The Life Day song. We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share together joyously.